Hello and welcome to Cursed Content Club? Well, that's unusual. We are here to watch the worst things in the entire fucking world. I am your host, Chris Wolfhart. With me, as always, are my co-hosts, Dan and Bob, video games of GigaBoots.com.
It's a brand new day, Bob.
I don't remember things from this.
You've seen this?
Yeah.
So we've all seen this.
Yeah.
Everybody's seen this.
Everybody
in the world who was alive at the time and older than 12.
You hear that, audience? If you haven't seen this, you're an other. You've been othered.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
And Dr. Aggro from Dr. Aggro.
I'm in the in group.
You know what's great?
What's great?
Writers. Writers
True.
and unions are important. They help give us the entertainment that we enjoy every day. And if you want an example of what happens when a writer's strike, when you don't pay your writers, you get what we're about to watch, Dr. Horrible's fucking sing-along blog.
I was sold this movie when I was but a lad as an incredible feature made by a man on his own with just some friends. And he's just a guy. Just a regular guy making a fun thing with his friends. And that anyone could do this, because it was early YouTube, man. Anyone could do this. And then I watched it and I'm like, wait a minute, these are all pseudo-celebrities. How much did this cost? Wait a second.
Well, they're his friends, though.
He has a lot of pretty rich friends.
Look at what you can do with a small budget and determination and several wealthy friends who are willing to work significantly below their normal rates as a favor.
Dr. Aggro, would you be willing to work under your rate as a favor?
What do you think I've been doing this whole time?
I thought I was paying you fairly. I like how we have a segment called What Are Your Expectations for the Film? And it's like, apparently we all saw it.
Yeah, but when's the
I
last
mean,
time
all
I
I-
saw it?
Right?
Yeah, I watched this when it fucking came out.
I got the Blu-ray pretty fast. So, I don't know. 2008, 2009. I don't know.
And all I remember is people I know who watched Firefly, which I have never fucking watched, going, he fucking did it again.
What the fuck are they talking about?
I don't know.
We'll never know.
But he did something more than once. Consistently.
Maybe we'll figure it out while watching it.
Maybe. I expect to watch this and be surprised it doesn't look worse, given when it happened.
Yeah, I remember liking it when it came out. I don't remember how old I was. I look forward to this being subtly, horrifically problematic in some way.
Oh God, I'm not
Yeah.
ready for that.
Yeah, I expected to have one or two
Yeah.
funny jokes and then just incredibly bad stuff.
I mean, it's made by Joss Whedon, so I fully expect to just be like, yeah, this dude's a stalker. Like, it's gonna have some deeply horrific energy that none of us are prepared for.
I mean, that's the core of the thing. Yes.
Anything else before we fucking go?
Just to be clear, I haven't seen this thing since I bought the Blu-ray. I watched it once and was like, what the fuck? That guy gaslit me. It's fine. I hope by the end of this.
Yeah, I wouldn't say anything right now.
It's got a couple good songs. There's a Freeze Ray song. Freeze Ray song's good, right?
Yeah, no, there's some bits in here that are good.
Okay.
Seeing some little bits of it on the Blu-ray menu just made me be like, wow, yeah, this is like Mega 64.
The camera looks much nicer.
Yeah, this is from when we thought YouTube was going to save the world.
Yeah.
Oh God, that was so fucking long ago. Oh God.
Well, let's get to the fucking commentary. If you're a patron over at patreon.com/GBpodcast, you can watch along with us, which I highly recommend because when we come back, we will be different people.
Dr. Horrible changed us.
And we're back. That sure was the Joss Whedon thing from 15 years ago that was made during the writer's strike.
Yeah. That writer struck me.
I thought they
Dan,
weren't
what did
allowed.
you think of what did you think of Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog?
Yeah, that's the thing I watched 15 years ago. I'm surprised that it was both not better or worse than I remembered. It was exactly on the spot. If anything, my fear that something would have been slipped in there that was genuinely heinous went mostly unfulfilled. Mostly. I'm going to give it a 1. I'm going to give it a 1. That gets a 1. For people who don't know, -5 to 5.
Yeah, the cursed content scale is -5 to 5. Bob, what do you think?
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as I feared it would be going back. There's still a few funny moments, and then the rest is kind of just a gray morass of musical shape. So I'm gonna say a 2.
What size do you want your meal, sir? Large or musical? Musical, please.
Aggro.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. It's exactly what it purports itself to be. There are some genuinely good bits and lines in it. There's nothing really terrible going on. It's 40 minutes long. Yeah, it's a 2.
Yeah. I need to clarify. The only reason I gave it a 1 is because I feel like some of the songs aren't funny or interesting enough or musically as good as the others, in my opinion, where I feel like there is a lot of this that drags for me.
Mm-hmm.
But don't take that as, why is there so much musical? They're musical.
I'm going to give this a -2. It is so fucking cringe-inducing
Yeah,
and
there's a lot of that.
dated. And with the added context of Joss Whedon's malfeasance, shall we say, it is impossible to not just view it as Joss Whedon writing his self-insert that defeats the evil jock. This might as well have been written by Bob Chipman.
Yep.
You got him dead to rights there.
Yeah, no, it's true.
So with that out of the way, we have to go to our segments. Bob, who's the best character?
I'm gonna give to Bad Horse. He's a horse.
That's true.
He's literally just a horse. It's very funny.
It is really
That
funny.
is really funny.
That is the thing that I have seen anyone bring up about Dr. Horrible within the last decade. No other part of it, just Bad Horse.
Yeah, he's a supervillain who's just a horse.
Yeah, they could have
Genius.
easily just given up and not gotten the horse because it wasn't easy.
Right, and then we get a horse mask, that horrible
And
thing.
that would have been terrible.
But they put a horse in a boardroom for
And
one of the
that's-
best just punchline visual shots.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go next. Fuck, there's not a lot of characters in this.
But they're also good.
I guess I'll go with Moist because he isn't any of the main 3 characters.
He's also pretty moist, so I'm not sure if you knew.
That's true. Aggro.
I am going to have to give this to Captain Hammer for 2 reasons. One, like I said, he is just the best version of this cartoon caricature of a douchebag superhero. Done the way that only a man with this specific mental problem can write this character. And 2, because it's Nathan Fillion, and you get to watch Nathan Fillion grin and ham it up and make Nathan Fillion faces for the whole thing, which is always great.
Dan.
Dr. Horrible, because Neil Patrick Harris nails the incel energy. He
Do you think he
constantly
just looked
gives.
at Joss Whedon and was like, okay, I get what Joss Whedon wants him.
Yeah, he has mass murderer energy. His vibes are horrendous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That dude is horrible in this, which is very fitting.
Now it's time for worst character. I'll go first. Joss Whedon.
But But Chris, Joss Whedon wasn't in the film.
Did he not
Are
make
you
a cameo?
I'm sure he was in one of those crowd shots.
Yeah.
Oh.
Of course he would do that.
So, Joss Whedon, his writing sucks, and we still aren't free of it. 15 years later, we still have not fully pulled out. It's like when you touch a fucking cactus and the little parts of the barbs get into your skin and you can never get them out. No matter what you do, it takes years for your healing to slowly push them out, and even then it might grow around them and you never get them out. So Joss Whedon, Bob, who's the worst character?
I want to say Dr. Horrible, you already kind of selected him. Well, I selected Joss Whedon, his right.
That's
Go for it, Bob.
But yeah, clearly, he is pretty awful. I enjoy it for parts of it, but oh man, his performance perfectly entails how cringe everything happening is.
He's more awful than he's intended to be based on what I know Joss Whedon thought as he was writing it.
No, you're supposed to feel bad at her at the end. We swear.
He's just a little misguided. Just a little.
Dan.
Felicia Day.
Damn it.
I hate her character. I hate her. I have trouble parsing this. My vision goes red and sirens go off. No, I genuinely do something real quick mentally. Try to imagine this without Felicia Day's character. Man, that would have to be a really different, much more creative thing now, wouldn't it?
You mean if it wasn't the exact thing that Joss Whedon always writes, it would have to be different and more creative?
If it weren't just some bitter incel cuck arc on this lady who's so milquetoast.
She's not a character.
No.
She's a vector for the main character's grievance.
She's the sigil of a woman made into human form. The idea of getting laid. Captain Hammer stole that idea of getting laid from him.
God, that really is what it is. Joss Whedon is so pathetic.
It's so fucking
she's
heinous.
Nice. I really want to see his casting notes for that fucking character.
She's so nice. She talks to me and likes yogurt.
I need to know, did Joss Whedon be like, she's kind of weird, but in a hot way?
God.
Aggro.
I stole that. I'm so sorry.
Who else is in this movie?
You can just start choosing people that shouldn't be shot at, like Moist.
Moist is so good, though.
Yeah, I like Moist. What about evil David Bowie?
I'm going to go with male newscaster.
Okay, yeah.
Because his suit doesn't fit in a way that just kind of creeps me out.
Yeah. I also don't love his performance.
Mm-hmm.
We have to get to the best scene now.
We've been driving for weeks.
Dan, what's the best scene?
Fuck. The freeze race song, and everyone knows it. You can't argue that is not the song. People have done chiptune covers of it. People love that song. It is an emotional song that isn't way too sappy, which many of them in this are.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that is weirdly this guy's an incel complimentary versus the rest of this where it's this guy's an incel threat level. I think the Freeze Race song is good. I enjoy it a lot. The musical number with that, the dancing, the bad filters, the freeze effect, if you can just put it on that. It's good. It's good. Probably the highlight of the whole thing.
Aggro.
I mean, it's got to be the incredibly well done giant Dr. Horrible walking down the street shot.
Oh my god. And then Goldar shows up.
It's immaculate.
Rangers.
I guess I should go. I really enjoyed the initial scene where we're introduced to Penny and Dr. Hammer and he shoves her into the fucking garbage. They really go out of the way to write him as just a dick before he just becomes a weird incel's seething and crying.
His fever dream.
Like before he becomes everybody who was mean to Joss Whedon in high school.
Yep.
Bob.
I have to give it to the scene that made me laugh the most, which unfortunately is when Penny dies.
It's true. I laughed so hard.
I was like, I know she dies, doesn't she? Like, but like that? Oh God, I didn't remember that at all.
Yeah, the goofy like stuff stuck in her chest. It looks so like cheap and bad. Everyone like having an incredibly overacting reaction to it. It just cracked me up really bad.
No, that's fair.
Now we have to get to the worst scene. Aggro, what's the worst scene?
It's when Captain Hammer pulls Neil Patrick Harris aside and explains that he's going to fuck Penny because that would be a mean thing to do to Dr. Horrible. Because that's the moment you realize, oh God, that is the crux on which this story turns. And I'm supposed to be sympathizing with Dr. Horrible.
Well, yeah,
no.
Captain Hammer's mean to him. You should be on his side.
It was pretty crazy when the villain of this film said, "A woman is going to consensually have sex with me." That was fucked up.
Well, I mean, it was Joss Whedon wrote it, so that would be his villain.
Not the restraining orders?
Dan.
Uh-oh. There's so many fucking songs I really don't love in this. I'm sorry, Agar, I gotta say, the whole fucking Brand New Day musical number. I don't care if he gets big. I don't care if Neil Patrick Harris Gigantamaxes. There's one good part in that, and it's when he does the finger towards the camera wave.
Mm-hmm.
That is my favorite shot in that. A lot of the rest of it's pretty bad, like the fake looking beatings he gets from Captain Hammer with the filter on it.
Oh God, that wasn't there.
Yeah. Oh, so that is the theme a la Incel Rising.
Bob.
It's a musical number when Dr. Horrible is creeping around watching Penny and Hammer. I remember this thing being really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And just, it was also the reveal moment of, oh yeah, he is just the creep that we expect him to be. All right, that's what this show is.
God, I have to go. What is even left?
Right, there's not much in this.
I guess the scene with Dr. Horrible's, not Dr. Horrible's, Captain Hammer's super fans. They were all pretty tired archetypes.
But one of them was a gay guy. How progressive.
Yeah, you get it. A gay guy who doing a really, really fucking embarrassing lisp. We couldn't figure out he was gay when he said he wanted to fuck him, Joss Whedon. You also had to give him an extremely pronounced lisp.
He's a gay guy.
You just gotta do it.
I can't wait to fuck Captain Hammer. Like, we get it. He wants to have sex with a man. We don't.
Hilarious, right?
This was evident in the text. I didn't need additional subtext.
You didn't. It's weird how he has a shirt that says "I'm gay."
Flashing back to the Quiet Man stream, Bob.
Dan, did you go this round?
I can go again.
Sure, go again. Have fun. The writers are on strike.
I really disliked the opening when it gaslit me into thinking I bought a 42-minute vlog from Neil Patrick Harris on Blu-ray. That was a horrible feeling in my gut for minutes straight at the beginning of this. I'm like, oh, I'm a fucking idiot. I love the notion of being an indie filmmaker way too much if I just did this. My coworker, I'm going to run you down in the parking lot.
God, that's like that film that was just two dudes talking in a diner, but even lower tier.
You have described too broadly.
You were showing me the other day, it's just two actors in a diner for 2 hours straight, and it's just reverse shot.
That famous film.
My Dinner with Andre?
Yeah, My Dinner with Andre. I liked it.
I still haven't seen it.
I'm still just like, but I know you guys are saying you're not playing yourselves, but You clearly are, because that man's describing his entire life experience and those experiences alone prove he's a psychopath. There you go. You got to the end of the review. You get our recommendation. Go watch My Dinner with Andre. It's on YouTube under like My Andre Dinner or something. They just shuffled the fucking words. Or you could pay money to rent a movie that is two guys at a restaurant talking. I'm not going to stop you.
Does anybody have any final thoughts about fucking Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog?
I own this on Blu-ray.
God. Did Redbox trick you again?
No, I bought this because it was sold to me as an indie film.
Yeah, I hope I don't have to think about Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog.
I think we're in the clear
Again.
now. Yeah. No one's ever going to bring it up in chat.
No, that'd be crazy.
Because they're going to watch this and they're going to watch the movie. And it's going to pass through them too. And the only thing they'll remember at the end of the day is just these two words. Laundry day. That'll be it. That's it.
Just activate like the fucking Manchurian candidate.
I'm surprised there was never a sequel to this.
Me too.
Yeah, I feel like that. Like they almost did it a couple of times.
I mean, it feels like he would pitch that to Netflix or something, but I guess he didn't fall out of graces fast enough with really rich studios.
At the same time, like, this did everything it could with that plot. What would they do? The woman's dead. He's done.
Well, they could add a new woman to kill.
Right.
Yeah.
What if there was a different woman who looked like the first woman?
Oh.
So you've played the quiet man. What if there's a second woman that looked identical to the first woman?
Is it his sister?
Apparently, it was constantly attempted to get off the ground and just never did.
No, the second one would definitely be like, now Dr. Hammer is the good guy and he has a redemption arc and you shouldn't be mad at Joss Whedon anymore.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't think it's definitely not going to be happening now. Cause it'd be really funny if it happened without Joss Whedon. It was way better.
My God.
Also, they could just bring Penny back to life. It's a superhero thing.
That's true.
I'm just really glad that this writer's strike is definitely going to end before another cursed content is due in 2 months. Otherwise, we have to watch that X-Men movie, the one with Wolverine and Deadpool. Writer's strike movies will continue until morale improves or wages. The executive producers for this GigaBoots video are Esme, Ely Broyles, Spaceman Spiff, Red Blaze 27, Brendan O'Sullivan, A Reminder for Symphony of War, Cooper Tank, Very Best Plot, Iconic Bane, and Rado. Thank you very much to our executive producers. And also these guys. If you want to become an executive producer or normal patron, head on over to patreon.com/gigaboots today.